Today, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how not to get denied. Hello, this is David Zai with the Zai Mortgage team. There are things that the mortgage loan officer may have done that is a little different and may have caused you to get denied versus things that you do as a consumer. Number one, you have to watch your spending. Okay, this is not like going out and going to the store and buying a piece of steak. It's not like going out and buying a car, because it's totally different. In the mortgage world, we have guidelines that we have to follow. No one ever wants to get into an uncomfortable conversation. At least I don't want to get into an uncomfortable conversation. If I told you you would qualify for $500,000, and next thing you know, because you did not watch your finances and your spending, you have now exceeded the credit limit on credit cards. And when we repull your credit, boom, it drops the credit score. And I have to tell you, you qualify for less or your interest rates go up. So always, always, always watch your finances. Second, monitor your credit report. You know, there's all these credit monitoring services out there, and I get it on my phone. I like to know if there's any fraudulent activity. If I ever get to the point where I may have spent a little too much on my credit card, I want to be notified of certain milestones. And if you look at my credit video, you'll know that when you spend over 50% of your credit limit on a credit card, revolving account, that totally affects your credit score. I don't care if you've been on time on your bills for the last 5 years, 60 months in a row. If you were late last month prior to your closing, guess what? That's going to drop your credit score because it's all about what have you done for me lately. The third thing that's really important is to make sure you document your deposits. So during the home buying process and any stressful situation, a lot of times we think that we can do things like we've normally done in the past. And guess what? During the home buying process, it's extra scrutinized. Just think about it like a scientist looking under a microscope, right? We're seriously looking for something that's different all the time, okay? So when we're looking at your bank statements, and let's say there's an extension that needs to be done because the seller may not be prepared to sell the home or there may be a title issue, guess what? We are re-updating your bank statements. And when we re-update your bank statements, we're looking at deposits. We are wanting to see where the deposit came from. Payroll's totally fine. Retirement and fixed income is totally fine. But if you're getting ready to move, and let's say you're selling furniture on one of these peer-to-peer marketplaces, and you're not documenting it, or you're selling your car and not documenting it prior to closing, that's not fine. It's actually incredibly not fine at all. And what happens in those situations, if it cannot be traced and it cannot be documented, we're gonna back that deposit out, and then you're gonna be stuck with the amount that you have in the account, and you may be short. So at that point, you may want to have a contingency plan of asking your parents or asking a family or even your employer for money, but who wants to do that? Number 4, it goes back to almost monitoring your credit, but just making sure you pay your bills on time, okay? I am a very basic guy. I have one credit card, and when I have that one credit card, I spend it and I pay it off every single month. So I cannot track 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 credit cards, and a lot of times when I'm pulling these credit reports, sometimes they're like 20-something pages long. I just don't even know how you can go in and track it with different billing dates, different due dates, different credit balances. But it's really important that you pay all of your bills on time, because that one late can totally drop a credit score, especially if you're on the borderline. Let's say a 640 and you're late on a bill, that could literally drop your credit score to 570, because it really is what have you done with me lately. And number 5 is probably the most important thing I can tell you when it comes to qualifying for your loan and ensuring that you close. And that's always communicating with your mortgage advisor. And what I mean by this is I always tell my customers, whenever they come in for a loan application, we are married, okay? Like literally, you need to tell me everything that's going on. If you're struggling financially, if you're getting to the point where you're having difficulty with homeowners insurance, if you haven't heard from your real estate agent in a while, a lot of times there's like some sort of underlying factor. However, just communicating with your mortgage lender, because we know your finances, the entire process is extremely important. So I hope these tips will help you succeed in closing on your home. If you're going through the home buying process, please be sure to watch this video 2 or 3 times just to make sure that you understand that these are the 5 things that are the most important when going through a mortgage application. Oh, and one more thing, you got to keep your job, okay? However, If you are not working with anyone and you would like to have someone that has had a success rate of getting people to closing time and time again, I'd love to be the guy that helps you out. My phone number is 757-478-8493, and my name is David Zai, and I'm with the Zai Mortgage team. Bye.